Welcome to Storm's Soapbox. My name is Storm, and this is my Q&A series. And before you leave a comment, I would recommend that you listen to what I have to say here really quickly. First of all, I want you to leave them on YouTube comments for the latest episode of this series, whatever episode that may currently be at the time. I want you to leave them only on that video and only on the comments in it. No Tumblr, Twitter, or Facebook things, please. No private messages on YouTube for the questions. Please only leave them on here, because when I go to answer them, I want them all on this page so I can just scroll up and read them and all that stuff to you guys. And the format that you're looking at will be somewhat similar to this in these episodes. Whenever I can, I will have a camera up at the top of the screen, and then gameplay or some sort of visual supplementary should be at the bottom. And that is about it. One other thing, please make sure that I have not already answered the question that you're wanting to leave, because I hate repeating myself. So how you can do that is by going to my channel and checking on the search section and searching for your question. Now, if I've already answered it, then the episode in which I answered it should come up, and there you go, you should be able to find it. And now let's go ahead and jump right into this. Alright, so this is the very first episode, and let's go ahead and get into this. I've had the video up for a little bit more than 24 hours. Let's scroll through some questions. Eat My Fart Bilbo, that is a nice username. He has asked, what is my opinion on the console wars? And honestly, I don't give a fuck. You know, every console has its respective ups and downs, so neither of them are just flat out better than the other one, you know? And who cares if your console is better? Just, God, I hate that shit. Okay, Lil Sick 213, how big did you expect your channel to get? That's kind of a weird question to ask, because you never really know how big you're gonna get until you start getting a little big, you know. Like, I guess I wasn't expecting to get too big, at least not this fast anyway, because there for the longest time I was stuck under 1,000, you know, just doing random stuff. And then I started doing Dragon Ball Z stuff on Respawn, and that really just skyrocketed me. And at that, you know, because I was doing something that not a whole lot of people had done before. I'm not saying I was the very first, but there weren't many people at all doing commentaries of Dragon Ball Z video games, but yet there were tons of Dragon Ball fans out there who would enjoy this kind of content. And when I was one of the first people to bring it, it just worked well. And, you know, that's why people who do Dragon Ball in hopes for views now, it just doesn't work for them quite as well, because there's already people out there doing it now. You know, a lot of people have followed in my footsteps, and I'm glad of that. But right when I started doing Dragon Ball stuff, I thought, okay, I might get a couple thousand, but I really didn't know how I was gonna head. So I really don't have a very great answer. JK, not just kidding. He asked what camera and editing software I use. All of my equipment and software is listed in my channel description. I'll just say that. Danger Zone 125 asked, how did I come up with TheStormPow? Okay, now this one's kind of a weird question. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, I used to write stories a lot. Shut up. And one of the biggest stories that I had was about this guy named Danny Storm, who, the whole series was basically a ripoff of Alex Rider, for anybody who's read those books. It was like a spy thing and everything. It was really bad, and the books were like 2 pages a pop, you know. And I just thought of pow as a random noise, so, you know, storm, pow, and we had that. Kyle1282 asked, what gives me the motivation to keep putting out videos daily? Basically, it's the fact that I know people are going to watch them, and even though I've uploaded like over 400 videos, I think, every time that I know a video is about to go out, like publish to you guys, I still like sit there at my computer and I can't wait for it to come out, because sometimes I like to test myself and see how quickly, you know, the video may break 300 views, how quickly it starts getting comments and stuff. That's just a really good feeling when people are like instantaneously watching my content and everything, which I was uploading daily well over a year ago when I started doing my Budokai 1 Let's Play. That was when I had like a few hundred subscribers. I was uploading daily then because I liked it, you know, I thought it was fun. It gave me something to do and stuff, so I've had motivation to upload daily just because it keeps me busy and all that stuff, but especially now that I know people are going to actually watch my stuff. Favorite game of all time by Painkiller P. Fook. That is a hard question. I love Fallout 3 to death, but I don't think it's my favorite game. I would say Brutal Legend is one of my yeah, that's what I'm thinking of right now, but I don't know, there are so many awesome games, like Bully is an amazing game. Brutal Legend is fucking amazing. I love that game to death. Psychonauts is pretty good. Like I said, Fallout 3, I love some of that. God, there are so many other games that would get honorable mention on this, but if I had to pick right now, I would say Brutal Legend. I'm in love with that game's story. So, let's see. Old Spice 671 asked what made me want to start YouTube. Actually, I had started YouTube as a filmmaker on old channels ago, but I'm not going to link you guys to those or anything. You guys wouldn't like the content. I was kind of interested in filmmaking, and I still am a little bit, but it's definitely not as big of an interest as it was back then. And I'd just kind of gone through stuff like that. I had seen some Fallout 3 Machinima series, which are like actual films made in Fallout, particularly the DC Chronicles by Drew Cortha. I loved that series, and it got me into starting and all that stuff, and just one thing happened after another. And I decided commentaries were a lot more fun for me to make, and a lot more people actually like to watch them than, you know, films and machinimas and all that stuff. So, just kind of happened. Okay, now let's scroll up. FYL Production asked, what was my favorite game growing up? And he also asked another question that I'll get to in a second. My favorite game growing up, probably Sonic the Hedgehog, any of those games. I was in love with those on my Sega Genesis. I'm trying to think. I'd probably say Sonic the Hedgehog, any of those on the Genesis. And he also asked, what do I think about the Jak and Daxter series? Never played the actual Jak and Daxter games, just because I guess I had no childhood, but I did play the Daxter game that was on the PSP, and I thought it was really awesome, so I don't know why I haven't given the HD collection a try or anything. Visual Prophet just asked what my favorite video game is, just answered that. Okay, let's see. Beast Bull 97, if he was a cake, would I eat him? Yes, I would. Okay, what was my favorite TV series as a kid, which was asked by Miss Multi-Awesome. My favorite TV series as a kid was definitely The Simpsons. That's where I got a lot of my humor from. I mean, I don't know, which, if you're talking like younger than 6, because I basically watched The Simpsons from when I was about 6 to about 13 or so, then the show stopped getting as funny in my opinion. It was right when they canceled King of the Hill, which is when I stopped watching Animation Domination or whatever they call it now on Fox and all that stuff, so that just kind of happened. Let's see. SSJ3 Vegeta 100 asked, if I was an orange, would you eat me? I'd peel your skin off, then suck you dry. No homo. Okay, so let's see. Original Yeti GB. How did I get into anime, or more specifically, Dragon Ball? Now, that's actually kind of the same answer. I got into anime from Dragon Ball and everything. When I was about 6 years old, when I got off the bus, I had to go to my grandparents' house because my parents worked and they weren't able to pick us up, and they didn't want us, me and my sister being us, they didn't want us going to our house and being like all alone when we were like 6 and 9 years old respectively. 69. But anyway, so basically when we got there, we would kind of do our homework and stuff at my grandparents' house, and my mom, or no, not my mom, my sister would always turn on Cartoon Network, and Dragon Ball, like the original Dragon Ball, was usually on TV, and I kind of got into it that way. And then when I was a little older, we had Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 on the PS2, and I didn't really watch Dragon Ball Z at that time, but I played that game, and it got me into the rest of the series, and then the rest is kind of history. And for other animes that I've watched, a lot of it is just hanging around other people on the internet that have said, hey, this anime is cool, and then I go and check it out. So, you know, what's my real name, which was asked by ToFlasher, and as Vincent Belton replied to him, yes, my first name is Darren. That's about as in-depth as I'm getting, though. Let's see, how did I become an anime fan? By Matt Omega 870, yeah, I already answered that. Let's see. Where did I get the idea for TheStormPow? Already answered that. Vincent asked, how is life in the Dirty South? I will go ahead and answer this. A lot of the stereotypes are true. No shit. Maybe not the stereotypes of how the Dirty South looks, but there are fields everywhere. There are tractors on the road, which piss me off when I'm behind them. There are a lot of racist people, a lot of people who just hate everything. There are a lot of very true stereotypes. I'll just kind of put it that way. I don't know how else to say all this stuff. If by Joe Poop, if I can create a game for any series like Black Ops, Borderlands, Halo, I don't really know how to answer that question because I don't play many of those series. I play GTA and Halo kind of. I would just make the best game I could. That's about all I can answer. Let's see. What are some of the games you are thinking of doing the playthrough of? By Mr. Awesome 2100. And I really don't know. As I've said, when we're done with PokeMMO, I want to do Pokemon Emerald. I would like to do a playthrough of a Dragon Ball game, but I'm not sure if that one will be like something in DBZ Connect when that comes out in like a week or so. I don't even know how long, or if I would do something like Boo's Fury. I don't know, I love that game. Kind of thought about playing through all three of the Legacy games, like Legacy 1, 2, and then Boo's Fury. If I can get my PSP emulator to working and all that stuff, I would love to do a playthrough of Shin Budokai or something like that, because it actually has a different story that we haven't heard a million times. I don't know, I'll keep you guys updated when I'm doing something, so don't ask this kind of stuff. Have I ever watched Full Metal Alchemist by XX Red Zebra? I've watched like one episode. I don't have that much time to watch anime, honestly, guys, or else I would try it. Waffy Man 3 asked, what is my favorite anime? And honestly, I don't know. I love Clannad, you know, because, like, I'm going to say my favorite non-DBZ anime anyway, to give you guys a different answer. Nichijou, or Nichijou, however the hell you pronounce it, it's hilarious, but I haven't even finished it. EF, A Tale of Memories is amazing. It has got a... I cried so hard at the ending. I cry at some animes, guys. Just fuck you. I don't know. I would have to say maybe Clannad. It's a very, very well-made show. Alright, so now let's keep scrolling a little bit. Now there's not even that many questions. Where did I get my inspiration for YouTube? From 998J. Kind of already answered that early. KFM, Chi-Chi, Bulma, Videl. Gonna marry Bulma because she's rich as hell. Or, well, so is Videl, but fuck her. No, actually kill Videl, fuck Chi-Chi, marry Bulma. There you go. Alright, Terra9000 wanted to know any fanfiction ideas. Now this is something that I've kind of kept on the DL for no real reason, but I actually have written a fanfiction or two because, as I just said, you know, a few minutes ago, I'm actually into writing. I guess I'll start putting a link to my fanfiction.net page or whatever on there if you guys want to read it. You know, I don't know, one of them is DBZ. I'm wanting to do some Mass Effect stuff because I'm really into the Mass Effect lore and all that stuff. You know, but you guys can just go to that page for any kind of ideas as opposed to me explaining them all here. Wolfie Hero wanted to know my opinion on politics, specifically the ideology that I follow or my own ideas. Now, I'm not too deep into politics, to be completely honest. You know, I am a United States citizen, for those of you who can't already tell. You know, I'm not Canadian or anything like that, and I, of course, don't have an accent that would allude that I'm from much of anywhere else, but, I'm in the United States, and just there are a couple of thoughts that I have, but really none of them are anything too revolutionary. I'm not as into politics as I would like to be. K-Dog B-Dog 1 wanted to know if I will ever get a PS3. I already have a PS3. I've said that like 80 times. I already have one. It's just not in this room because my sister is using it right now because she's a bitch. When I did have it available to use, I never used it just because. I mean, I don't have anything against PS3s at all. Like I just said a few minutes ago, the console wars are just stupid, but I just don't find much of a use to use it for, but I don't know. Did Curiosity kill the cat? Oh wait, by the way, this is by Joe Cruelly, awesome guy. Did Curiosity kill the cat, or was Curiosity trying to save it from the inevitable? Fuck, that is a weird question. I would say that Curiosity killed the cat because I'm not a risk taker, so I'm not going to be the guy who's going out and doing shit. DC for the win 0 said that, asked, do I have an anime and or manga collection? I have like 8 chapters of the Dragon Ball manga that I used to collect. I thought I was going to get it all, but then I was like, fuck it, nope, that's expensive. But that's it manga-wise, and anime-wise, all I have is like this, my DBZ seasons 3 and 4 that I got on DVD for Christmas last year. That's all anime-wise that I can think of that I actually have like on DVD and stuff. You know, the rest of it I watch on Netflix and all that kind of stuff. Wolfie Hero wanted to know if I like Mega Man X and would I consider doing a Let's Play of it. Never played it, so I didn't have a childhood when it comes to Mega Man. And now let's see. Terra9000 also wanted to know, how am I with fighting games like Street Fighter and Tekken? It's been a long time since I've played either of those two specifically, however, I have played games like Skullgirls somewhat recently, and I fucking suck at that game so bad, and I played the new Mortal Kombat 9 on the Xbox. I'm okay at it, pretty shitty though. I'm not very good at legit fighting games. Let's just put it that way, and that's why I don't play them a whole lot. Terra9000 also asked, he said that he noticed I have Red Dead Redemption in my games collection and asked if it will be a future Let's Play. Nope. I never got as into Red Dead Redemption as everyone else did. Like, I'm not on that game's dick, and plus the game's been out for like a really odd amount of time. Like, usually when you do a Let's Play of a game, it's either because you like just really love the game, or it's a new game, or it's like a really old game that you're playing for nostalgic purposes. Red Dead Redemption is in neither of those three fields for me, so, now this guy says, KB Dog whatever one again asked, will you ever play Terrantox in any game? I actually searched that up earlier. Terrantox is like a character in a Mario game or something. I don't know what that question means. Super Chicken Buns says, Dear Stormpow, do you get all the bitches? I get all the bitches. Does that even require me to explain that one? Gosh. Sith Lord 339 says it's a good idea to start putting, anyway, okay, that was just him saying something. And now his question is, has YouTube changed me in any way, and if so, how? I guess he's talking about more so how it changed my personality, not necessarily how it's changed my life, because it's obvious my day-to-day life is a little different now that I have this as a job, or not really a job, but just as a side thing and all that stuff. If anything, YouTube has made me a little bit more of an outgoing person who's a little bit more confident in how I speak. You know, a couple years ago, before I started doing commentaries and everything, I was a little bit more soft-spoken, you know, I was a little bit more timid, I guess, but around my certain circle of friends, I would still be a lot energetic and stuff. But I'm a lot more confident when I talk now, thanks to YouTube, kind of, and I've gotten experience in carrying myself and being able to talk and everything, so I would say it's changed me for the better. Okay, let's see. MRK9724 says, who is my favorite baseball team? I don't watch a whole lot of baseball. I watch basketball more than any sport, and I don't even watch that a whole lot. But I would have to probably say the Cincinnati Reds if I had to pick, but I'm not too big on baseball. Let's see. HDavid972 said, I said this in one of your videos that if in DBZ they said that to bring back all those harmed by Frieza, shouldn't Bardock be brought back to life? Yeah, but Bardock is a movie character, so that's only so canon, so that would be weird if they put him into the actual series. Here are a couple that I've already answered. Routinic wanted to know if I have an older or younger brother. I actually have an older brother and 2 older sisters. And I'm the youngest of all 4 of us, and I don't have any younger siblings. IB3AST7 wanted to know, what is my most embarrassing moment? Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with, in the 4th grade, we did a Christmas play, and I was Santa Claus in it, because I was into acting, and I still am. So I went for it, and I had to do this very, very flamboyant dance. It was, oh my goodness, for this one song, because it was a musical kind of thing. And like, what I had to do though, in the dance, there was at this one point, the belt that I had on the costume fell down, and like I had like 4 pairs of pants on because they wanted to make me look fat as hell, and like my belt fell down on the costume in the middle of the dance in front of everyone, parents, everyone going to see this play. I bend down to pick up my belt, and when I'm bending down to pick up the belt, then my hat and wig falls off, and then I like lift up my belt and then just notice it sitting on the ground, and I'm like, whoa, shit, and I pick it up real quick, and then all my stuff is falling apart when I'm trying to do the dance and everything, and that was incredibly, incredibly embarrassing for me. And yeah, I don't think I've ever mentioned that in any videos, but that was a very bad moment for me. Mr. 1345 something, I don't know, what are my computer specs, bro? My computer specs, I did say them in my setup video pretty much, but it's 8 gigs of RAM on this thingy right here. 8 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of space currently, but I'm wanting to get an external hard drive of at least 1 more terabyte, probably several. Got an i7, I don't know what generation, I forgot already. Graphics card is a Radeon HD 7770. Which is pretty nice. It's like my processor though is like an i7 3.50 gigahertz, pretty sure. I'm trying to think of anything else really notable to say. I don't have the exact specs down, memorized and everything. Let's see. Dominic King 951, meat forever, but no women, or women, but no meat. Now I don't know what he means by meat, as in like, I can have bitches, but I can't eat bacon for breakfast anymore, or if he means like I can jack off forever and never have any women. Now, if he's talking about the jacking off, then why would I ever jack off when I could have the real deal? I'm just saying. And if he's talking about meat, I could go vegan. That wouldn't be too bad. Routinic wanted to know Apple or PC. PC all the way for me because I like gaming on the PC. However, I will give Macs the fact that they are pretty decent for video editing and just simple using. You know, when I go to college, I might buy a cheap MacBook or something just for Word and, you know, internet and all that stuff, just for college purposes. Dennis Browning wanted to know, who is my alter ego? My alter ego is a very, very evil monster called TheStormPow, and his name is a little bit of an illusion of my current username, and he is a very evil monster. Ma famia mamumamamamamamil wanted to know, how do I feel about Feraligator? Well, you know, I never really had particularly strong feelings regarding the third evolution of Totodile, or second evolution, fuck you. Ultimate Mango 766, am I in a relationship with someone? No, I'm not right now. I kind of just got out of one with a really good friend of mine. You know, we were kind of in exclusive talking and stuff, you know, whatever you want to call it. We were just kind of seeing how things went. We just decided we were too good of friends to be doing this, and yeah, but I'm not in a relationship right now, but I don't know. Who is my favorite DBZ character other than Goku? That came from Man equal W. That'd probably be Vegeta, or no, I don't know. Vegeta and Future Gohan are pretty cool because Vegeta, I like how he's changed so much throughout the series. You know, he went from being a total badass to actually caring and having feelings. And I like how Future Gohan has like some of the most, I don't know, the biggest assertion in like any of the DBZ characters. How he like took charge, you know, when everyone around him died, like, then he decided, you know what, I'm going to be the one to save everyone, you know. He took care of Trunks and watched over Bulma and anyone else alive, you know. Future Gohan is by far my favorite version of Gohan. Fuck Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. Like, I don't get all the hype into him, but, let's see. Leader of Greeks, how many donuts, Jellyfield, can I bench press while Super Saiyan 2? Well, I can bench press an entire planet. Get that reference? What is my favorite brand of adult diapers? And that came by the same guy. My favorite brand of adult diapers would probably... I don't know any. Depends. That's the only brand of adult diapers I even know. I don't know how to even answer that one, even joking. Okay. Brandino117 Spartan wanted to know, how did I meet Kagi? And I think we said this on a derp circle or something like that, I want to say, but... regardless, me and Kagi, like earlier in this video, I did say, you know, I started YouTube for filmmaking, as did he. We did sort of the same kind of thing, and we were just kind of in the machinima community together and just kind of heard each other's names here and there. And then right at about the time that I had maybe 3,000 subscribers or so, I went to his channel and I was I was in his box or something. And we had talked like once or twice before then, you know, specifically me and him one-on-one. And then I just kind of watched his videos and I was like, okay, this guy seems pretty cool. And the rest just happened like that. Raj the Beast 1 wanted to know, how many girls get different impressions of me when I tell them I do YouTube, watch and play anime, etc.? You guys might hate me for this, but I don't tell a whole lot of people that I do YouTube like this. My closest friends know a little bit about it, but, and really, they don't care too much. Like, there are a lot of girls that know that I watch anime and stuff and that I play video games. I mean, that's just kind of, you know, that's not really anything I'm embarrassed about. Not necessarily am I embarrassed of YouTube, it's just, there are so many questions that come with it. You know, they're like, how do you do this? Why? How much do you get paid? All this junk. Stuff that I don't feel like answering, and it's really, it's none of their business, you know, it's nothing that they need to know right now, so, but a lot of people know that I watch anime, and that's fine. I mean, like, I'm fairly open about that, at least with closer friends, you know, some of which are girls, yeah, so, really, they don't care too much, which really is mainly the ones that watch anime, maybe even play video games themselves. Hudson Creations wanted to know, when am I making that sex tape already? I'm making it right now. Let's see, Dragon Blast 54 wanted to know, what is my favorite band? You know what? I fucking love Florence and the Machine. Haters can hate, but that is an amazing, amazing band. Like, they have maybe one song that I don't like, and even then, it's still pretty good. I I do like Muse a whole lot. I'm not too huge on their latest album, The Second Law, though. That's pushing it. I like Two Door Cinema Club quite a bit as well. Those are probably my top 3, at least right now, I'd have to say. But as for like artists, I would have to say Childish Gambino and Bo Burnham are... Oh, and Jonathan Colton. Those are my top 3 artists, like individual people. Bo Burnham, Childish Gambino, and Jonathan Colton. Alright, and... Shizno897 wanted to know what game am I playing, and this is on the last video for this series, but that was Blacklight Retribution. What you're watching right now should be Xenoclash. I'm going to start putting text at the very beginning of these videos saying what game I'm playing. Capuchin King wanted to know, have I checked out Dragon Ball Multiverse? If I have, might I do some of the reenactments and what if fights from it? I've read like 1 chapter from it, but I'm not too big on it. Let's see, just scrolling through ones that I've already read. Mr. Supernova 220 wanted to know, how did I meet everyone in the derp circle? And basically, I think we talked about this one on the derp circle itself before, and I already answered how I met Kagi, so I'll go with Omega and Toasty for now. I met Omega first, I think. This was back when I was doing the Fallout New Vegas follower guides on Machinima Realm, and Omega Pro had commented on one of them asking, hey, how do I get on Machinima? You know, he wanted to know how to submit his own videos to Machinima, and I had sent him, like, because honestly at that point, I'd had so many people come to me asking me that, and he didn't stick out to me at all. So I was just like, I just gave him this really short, you know, oh, you go to this machinima.com/directors or whatever, and he was... we went back and forth in PMs, and for whatever reason, I went to his channel and I watched his videos, and I was like, you know what, this guy is different than all the other people. I actually like watching this guy's videos. You know, I feel like he could go somewhere, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna help this guy, and I gave him full in-depth shit, which really wasn't any information that was any secret. Most of you guys know all this stuff. You know, they have it listed on their channel and everything, but I went ahead and told him everything I knew about it because I wanted to help him out, and then we just kind of got to talking, and he had asked about collabing or whatever, and I was like, yeah, sure, you know, and it just kind of happened from there. Now, Toasty was friends with Omega for like a year or 2 before I met either of them. And I guess Toasty probably heard of me from Omega, and Toasty started following me on Twitter and replying to like everything I ever said on Twitter, and then I just replied to him, and then we just kind of met like that, and Skypes were exchanged and all that stuff, and now we do what we do, you know? The Uchiha Blood 111 wanted to know, what is my favorite genre of video games and what is my least favorite genre? My least favorite genre would, probably be a little easier to figure out. I'm not too big on RTSs, even though I did say that my favorite game ever could be Brutal Legend. Because the RTS factors in that were very simple, but the thing that I hate about RTSs is that there's so much to learn and all that stuff. RTSs can be fun, but I've never been too big on them. Like, I used to play StarCraft a little bit, but I never got into it that much. Favorite one, ooh, I like open worlds, I like RPGs, I like shooters. You know, I think I might just have to go for like RPGs. You know, I like whatever has a good story, I'll put it that way, but I would say RPGs all in all. You know, what might be my favorite one. Dark Ninja 12349 wanted to know, why do I think Goku never met any other Saiyans in Otherworld? That's probably because they never got to keep their bodies. You know, like Vegeta, I don't think even got to keep his body when he died, and he was powerful as dump, so that would obviously be that. King Factors wanted to know if I am a fan of the Halo series, and am I getting Halo 4? I am a huge fan of the Halo series. Some of my older videos were actually like Halo Reach and all that stuff. A big reason of why the reason why I joined YouTube was because, or way years ago on old channels, was because of Master Chief Sucks at Halo 3. I'm a pretty big Halo fan, and I will be getting Halo 4 on release, if at all possible. DBZ Man 24 wanted to know, will I ever do live streams? If I have like a surplus of free time, but I barely have enough free time to record videos like these. In fact, I have to get going in just a minute to go to school because I don't have any fucking free time anymore, and I have to get actual videos done first before I do live streams, you know, but I will continue recording this in un momento, and I will probably be wearing a different shirt, so peace for just a minute. Okay, so I just got back from school and I'm here to pick back up. Now, DocHawk47 wanted to know, why did Vegeta never reach Super Saiyan 2 or 3 in the series? Now, he actually did reach Super Saiyan 2 during the Buu saga, after he came back to life, around the time, you know, Buuhan and all that stuff. He supposedly was Super Saiyan 2 around that time. Super Saiyan 3, though, like, the whole reason why he never did that is because a big part of the later part of the Buu saga, you know, like, namely, all the stuff that happened on the Supreme Kai's world and all that stuff, was Vegeta, you know, explaining that he was humbled by Goku and that he appreciated everything and how he said, you know, Kakarot, you're better than me. Now, it wouldn't have made any sense at all if he was like, Kakarot, you're better than me. Raw, JK, I'm really just as strong as you, and turned into a Super Saiyan 3. Like, wouldn't have made any sense at all. And then, I mean, if they had another, like, saga to Z, maybe he could have, excuse me. And in GT, he never did it because, you know, like everyone else, he was a lot weaker than he was in Z, so, you know, he barely used Super Saiyan at all, let alone going Super Saiyan 3, you know, so it just, there were a couple of reasons. I mean, they would have maybe given it to him if it would have actually made sense for his character to need that kind of power or to use it or whatever, but it didn't. VR Snowball said, will I ever do a Minecraft Let's Play? If so, could I play with subscribers? Minecraft, I'm really not too big on it, and as I've said a million times before, I don't like to do videos of games that, like, everyone else is doing. That's why I try to limit, you know, Call of Duty and all that stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll play what's fun for me, so if I feel like playing and recording Minecraft or Call of Duty or whatever, then I'll do it, but I don't play Minecraft barely at all. And the thing about playing with subscribers is it's really fun when I can do it, but for those of you who remember a long time ago, I used to do a lot of DBZ fights with subscribers, but that was the most stressful and hard to set up thing that I've ever done in my entire life, because what happens is you have all these people spamming the shit out of you, and then you know, you have to organize all this shit. When I did it with DBZ, like, I would start up a lobby and I would send this guy a message being like, hey, you know, you want to play some DBZ or whatever, play a match. Most of the time their network wasn't compatible with mine, which, you know, on the PC that issue is kind of eliminated, but then I have to be able to set up a server, which my internet doesn't do. My internet is very bad, you guys. Like, you guys don't understand how shitty my internet connection is. Like, my computer itself could run a server, but my internet is slow as hell. I can barely play it, let alone run a server of it. And even if I got another friend to, like, run the server or something, then it would still be all the hassle of organizing the event and everything. If I were to do a subscriber in-game event, Minecraft would probably be a pretty convenient one to do it in or whatever, but playing with subscribers is so much easier said than done. That's why a lot of people don't do it, like, every day, you know? But I just went off on a little bit of a tangent there. War GM wanted to know, number one, am I going to try to be a voice actor? I'm more of a body kind of actor. Like, I like being on stage and seeing people's reactions while I'm doing the acting. I like doing that a little bit, and I like, as you guys can tell, I talk with my hands a lot. I do that more. I mean, voice acting is a cool job. I don't necessarily think I'm very cut out for it. I don't think I have enough acting ability. Maybe I do. I mean, if I could, I would. It sounds like a pretty damn awesome job, you know, but I'm not Kagi necessarily. I mean, that's what he aspires to be. That's what he's good at doing, and he should go for it. Two, why or why not? I basically just explained that. Number three, what is my favorite part of high school besides free time, out of class, and lunch? Honestly, I think that it would just be able to be like picking your schedules to a certain extent anyway, and all that kind of stuff, you know, and just kind of being able to hang out with friends a little bit better than you could in middle school. It kind of does suck when you have friends that are in different classes than you. Like, I'm in advanced classes mostly, and a few of my friends are not, so, you know, that kind of sucks because one of my best friends, he basically was my best friend in like 6th grade, a little bit, you know, in 7th and 8th grade of middle school, and then I don't think we've had a single class together in all of high school, and I'm in my junior year, so, you know, because he's in different classes. He's in intermediate, I'm in advanced. Evil Green Gaming wanted to know, one, would I rather have a cappuccino machine or a muffin button? You guys are going to hate me for this, but I would rather have a cappuccino machine because I'm a coffee guy. Number two, what do I think about feminism? And he did say that that's probably an IMO show episode. I would also agree, but I don't have huge thoughts on it. I basically think that if women want equality, then that goes both ways. And it kind of pisses me off how, like, sometimes women can do certain things that men can't, and then they're all like, just equality and all this shit. Like, a girl posted a picture on Facebook one time of, like, a couple of shirtless firemen, and her caption was just a bunch of M's, like, you know? And if I had done that, like if I posted a picture of girls in bikinis and my caption was then I would have gotten so much ridicule for that. I would have been called an objectifying pervert who needed to respect women or whatever. But yet this bitch gets like 40 million likes because she goes around and says about some hunky firemen. Like that shit pisses me off. But other than that, you know, women deserve all the rights we do, but yet we deserve the same rights they do. I'll just put it that way. And he also asked, ironically enough, after asking me about feminism, this guy wanted to know, tits or get the fuck out. My choice? My choice? Oh, well, thank you for giving me that choice, Evil Grain Gaming. I'm gonna go with tits. Alright, so, favorite genre of music and a few of my favorite artists, that was by Keegan. 7th kind of already answered that. The 3 sets wanted to know what was my favorite game system as a kid and what were my favorite games. I kind of already answered that. My favorite system itself was probably the PlayStation 1 though, even though I did say that I played Sonic the Hedgehog 1 a whole lot. And speaking of that, I did play Spyro the Dragon a metric shit ton when I was a kid. Me and my sister completely beat the 3rd one, Year of the Dragon. We beat it 100% so we could go to the vacation place at the end. That game was a lot of my childhood as well. Alright, Avery Carter wanted to know, Goku vs. Superman is finally going to happen on Death Battle. Who do you think will win, StormPow? I think Goku, because he can fucking destroy whatever planet Superman is on. Let's just go that way. Corey Wayne 12 wanted to know, do I prefer Mass Effect or Dragon Age? I've only played Dragon Age Origins for about an hour on the PC one time, and for whatever reason I kind of stopped. Based on all that shit, I mean, I adore Mass Effect though, but I have not given Dragon Age a proper chance. But right now, as I'm sitting, Mass Effect every day of the fucking week. But I haven't given Dragon Age much of a chance, so, you know, my opinion isn't that great. Snake for the win 34596 said, this is more of a demand than a question. Play Slender. Refer to the part where I said that I don't play games that everyone else is playing, and plus, scary games do not affect me whatsoever, so I'm just not into it. Scary movies barely affect me, like seriously. I would be scared more by scary literature, like books, than a movie or a video game, strangely enough. It just doesn't affect me. My reaction would be no different than everyone else who's going, like, there's nothing special about doing that when something like that has been overdone so much. You know, there would be no difference in me screaming than watching PewDiePie or Nova or Toby scream. There's no difference whatsoever, and I don't get why people have such a big thing wanting to see everyone play it when every single Let's Play of it is the exact same carbon copy thing. But that's just my opinion, I guess. XXAOTJXX wanted to know, do I think there will be a Raging Blast 3? I actually have a DBZ Talks coming out about this someday. I already recorded it and everything, I just have to get around to uploading it and all that stuff. Regarding Raging Blast 3 in general, so look out for that, that'll be nice. Number 1, can I pinch your cheeks? Yes you can. Yes you can. Just right there. I know the camera's probably not in focus at all, but pinch the shit out of those things. Okay, Number 2, cupcakes or muffins? Muffins all the way. I don't like to get my hands dirty with that icing shit. I'm a muffins guy, so... StormPow, do I like German subscribers? That came from Cyrioth. I love German subscribers, or I could have just been a total asshole and been 9. No, I don't know. I just probably pissed people off with my stereotypical stuff. YTG145 want to know, what is my aspect on COD? I presume he does not mean the fish COD. I assume he means Call of Duty. Call of Duty, especially like Call of Duty 4 and earlier than that, fun stuff. I used to really like the Call of Duty campaigns, but now if I ever buy a Call of Duty game, I do not even touch the campaigns because I don't even like messing with a game's single player if the story isn't good. And I know I'm not going to be into the story, so, excuse me, if I get it, I play multiplayer with friends and that's about it. I don't think... Nope, I've never gotten past level 35 on a Call of Duty multiplayer because I always get bored of it by then. I've never once prestige or anything. Call of Duty games get boring for me. That being said, might get Black Ops 2, probably not on release though, but you know. Okay, let's see. Is Callan, whatever, he wanted to know, am I a fan of the Sly Cooper series? I've never played it. I didn't have a childhood in that kind of aspect, I guess. Terraling Survivor said, dildo, StormPow! Dildos, Terraling Survivor. Mars Nambo wanted to know, do I like Bleach? Never watched it. There's a lot of shit that you guys are asking if I like, and I've just never plain experienced it. Bleach and stuff like that, long-ass series that are hard for me to get into. I haven't even tried to watch Naruto. I would love to get into that show a little bit, so that way I would know what I'm talking about whenever I do Naruto free battles in Generations, but like, I don't even have enough time for that, let alone Bleach, which has like 80 million episodes, or One Piece, or whatever, you know. DBZ I was lucky enough to get into when I was a child and had absolutely zero social life. This guy, 1XXX Dark Lord 150 XXX1 wanted, no, he didn't want to ask, he just plain said, play Sonic All-Stars. Is that like a sports game with Sonic characters or something? I don't know, that name rings a bell, but I cannot think of it right now. No, because I'm not that big into the new Sonic games. Let's see. Would I live in the Citadel in Mass Effect 3, which was asked by 8 Blade Master? Hell yes I would! What? Why not? What? And that same Dark Lord guy wanted to say, yay, play Minecraft, tell Kagi to play with you, and play with subscribers or whatever. I basically answered all those things earlier that have to do with that thing. My favorite horror movie was asked by the RC Collector. Now, some horror movies I do like. Paranormal Activity I hate with a burning passion. It's boring and all that shit. I don't get why it's so popular. I haven't watched a whole lot of them. I haven't seen any of the Saw movies because I'm not too keen to horror movies. I did see House at the End of the Street a few weeks ago, and that thing has gotten shit reviews, but I will tell you guys this much. It's not scary at all, but it has a pretty decent plot. Don't watch it for a horror movie, watch it for a movie. I mean, it's not amazing in that aspect either, but it's not a bad movie if you're not looking to get scared, you know? I mean, it has a couple of jumps where you're like, but, you know, it's really nothing too scary. Plus, it's PG-13, so all they can really do is a bunch of jump scares. But yeah, I don't really have a necessarily favorite one. This one was flagged as spam. Oh, this is actually a cool question. The Shadow Hog 759 wanted to know ass or tits. Tits. Okay, so now Braves fan 225 wanted to say, if you went to Walmart, what 3 things would you buy to totally freak out the cashier? I would get lotion, condoms, and tissues, even though it's kind of redundant for what I'm about to say. I would get the tissues and the condom and the lotion, go to the counter, and when they're scanning the stuff, I would just look them straight in the eyes and say, cleanup's gonna be easy tonight. So, yeah, that was brooch. Officially, Mighty Thorn wanted to know, what is my favorite Mass Effect game? Ooh, probably 2, because Mass Effect 1 has the meh gameplay, Mass Effect 3 has the amazing gameplay, but Mass Effect 1 probably has the best story. Mass Effect 3 probably has like the least, I was gonna say the least awesome or the worst, the least storyline. Mass Effect 2 wasn't too much into story, but rather character development and all that stuff. But Mass Effect 2 was a very good balance, and it gave you plenty of choices. Like, you could be very minimalistic and not do any loyalty missions, or you could save everyone and all that stuff. It's a really prime game. I would have to say that. Darnell Ups 11 wanted to say, why aren't you into Naruto? Because, like I said a couple minutes ago, I didn't really watch it when I was growing up or anything, and I just don't have the time to get into it now. Maybe sometime I could try to read the manga, because I definitely don't have enough time for the anime. Even though I do prefer anime over manga, I do not have enough time to watch the anime, including all of its filler. As I've said before, if they made like a Naruto Kai that skipped all the filler, you know, even if it was just Shippuden and not even the original thing, I would watch it just to get a summary of it. Someday I kind of hope to maybe get some of the games that would help me explain the story, because I want to get into the story, but I just don't have the time for the show. That's the whole reason. Uberhaxer Genosis says, when is the next time I'm going to use Source Filmmaker? Likely never, because I don't have enough time to really work on stuff like that. Source Filmmaker can make amazing things, and considering what it can make, it's not, I mean, it is very time efficient, considering what it makes, but it still takes a lot of time to make things right. That video that I did where Scout goes Super Saiyan 2 was just like a test thing that I did when it came out, because I was really looking forward to using the tool, but it really is a whole lot of work, and I don't know. I don't see myself using it. Unless I get like a really good idea, then maybe, you know, but meh. The Way to Dawn 11 said, I inspired him to be a video maker and gamer, thank you. And he wanted to know, will I get a PS3? Okay, and I mean, PS4 is what he meant. Way too early to tell, but most likely I will, because I know people will be on my dick to show videos of it, so most likely then. My money is incredibly tight right now after getting this computer. Like, I for real have like no money, whatever. You guys can think that I'm drowning in YouTube money or whatever all you want, but you're wrong as hell. But hopefully by the time the PS4 comes out, I would have saved up some money to where I could actually get it. That would be nice. Bellman50 asked, if me and Kagi are virgins. Why would you ask me if Kagi is a virgin? He has his own Q&A series. I'm still a virgin. I'm only 16, but, you know, let's see. The real Christoph 15 wanted to say, am I excited for Kingdom Hearts 1.5? Never been incredibly into Kingdom Hearts. Sorry. I mean, I gave the first one a little bit of a try when I was younger. Never got incredibly into it. If I tried it now, I'd probably like it, but as a kid, I didn't get into it too much, so not at this point. Let's see. Which is my favorite form of Frieza, which was asked by Halo and Avatar. I actually really like the just final form, not 100% full power. I like just final form Frieza. He looks pretty cool. DMC81268 asked, why do I think Xbox 360 is better than PS3? I never said it was. I don't know what I ever said to allude that, other than the fact that I have my DBZ games, which you can't see, but I'm pointing at them over there, on the Xbox. I said that in my setup video. That's just because I prefer the Xbox controls, or not even so much that, but it's just a lot of my friends have Xbox, and if I want to play with them, then I need that. And they're just more exclusive games. Like I've said earlier, I'm a huge Halo fan. That's the whole reason why I got an Xbox 360, was for Halo 3. So there are a lot of exclusives from Microsoft that I really like. You know, I really want my Mass Effect, and I only recently got a PC that'll play Mass Effect. So my only option to be able to play all three of them was the Xbox. You know, there are so many exclusives that I have to have on the Xbox. And I just kind of prefer the interface of Xbox Live as opposed to PlayStation Network. But that's a little bit of a tangent. I never said any of them are better than the other one. Let's see. Where do I live? Which was by Nation Under Lolliot. I live in Tennessee. That's about as specific as I get, in the dirty South. Metallic Man 3642. Would I play Dragon Ball with my subs? As I said earlier, it is a gigantic pain in the ass, and I have tried in the past, but people are uncooperative about it, and like even when they did have a compatible network with me and they would try to join, or a lot of times they would be like, oh man, I'm playing this game, just give me like 2 hours to finish and then I'll be in your match. And I'm like, no, I'm not fucking waiting for you. I'm inviting you to a game. If you want to play, then join. I've got 100 other people waiting to do this. You know, like, some people were just assholes about it, and then half the time, which this was probably the biggest reason, whenever they did join with me and I finally got someone, most of the time they would either not have a mic, and that just takes away most of the fun from it, because honestly, I don't get why you want to play with me if you're not going to be able to talk to me at all. That's absolutely in no way different than playing with your friend or any other random stranger, you know? That's why I don't get why people want to play Minecraft with me. It has no voice chat. Like, what's the fun in playing with me or anyone else in it? You know, it's just me there. It's not even me, it's just some avatar representing me. Like, I don't get why people want to play Minecraft with their people so much. But and then when they did have microphones, they were all timid and wouldn't say anything. Like, they'd just be like, hey TheStormPow, I watch your video. I mean, I know people are shy with new people, especially they may be intimidated, even though I really don't think people should be intimidated by a subscriber count or anything, but, you know, it just really got on my nerves when I tried to do that, and just people were uncooperative, and the people that were cooperative weren't any fun to play with. That's just a little bit of a rant tangent, you know? Astros Gamer wanted to know, do I read every comment? I read most of them. Like, I used to be able to read every single comment, but now it's physically impossible for me to do so, because for one, you know, YouTube doesn't send every single comment to me in my in my inbox thing, and a common misconception is that people think that replying to my comment will get the comment to my inbox. Nope, that does not get it to me any better than just leaving the comments anywhere on the video does. But I read the comments on my newer videos particularly, but it's like physically impossible for me to keep up with every comment on all 400 of my videos. If you have something urgent and pressing to ask me or whatever that you want me to read really badly, then send me a private message or tweet me or some shit. Like, WYRW wanted to know, do I plan on YouTube as a career or do I have other plans? It's a little too early to tell, considering I still have about 1 year and 3/4 of high school left, but you know, depending on how well YouTube is going for me at that point. But I'm planning on going to college to become an English teacher after high school, because, I don't know, I really like English. I like literature, and I'm not crazy about reading. I do like writing, and I'm kind of a grammar Nazi, which really sucks because I'm a YouTuber, and grammar is not of the utmost, you know, worries on YouTube, and that really sucks when I'm reading comments and there's bad grammar and spelling. It just calm down, StormPow. But yeah, I'm a major grammar Nazi, so I kind of want to be an English teacher someday. I like public speaking as well, so I think I'd be a good teacher anyway, you know. I'd like to give it a try. Let's see. UU8918, do I believe in the end of the world, with about 8 million question marks at the end. So I can tell he really wants me to answer this one. The end of the world in, like, this year, you know, 2012? No, because I've heard all these stories about Mayan people, like, actual Mayan people from, you know, the modern days being like, oh, the fuck, you guys think the world's gonna end? All that meant was, like, something. I don't know. The sun was gonna do something or whatever. They were saying the world's not gonna end or whatever. And, yeah, you know, I don't think the world's gonna end. The world's gonna end someday. I mean, it kinda has to. We're gonna, like, even if it's not some planned time or whatever that, you know, some deity up above is gonna just throw meteors all over us or whatever, we're gonna probably destroy it ourselves. But, you know. Sholo551 wanted to know, what is my favorite Pokemon game and Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon game, I think I'm gonna go with Emerald. I used to say that Silver and Crystal and all that was my favorite one, but I think I was letting nostalgia overcloud my judgment when I replayed Silver and realized Emerald is kind of a better game in certain senses. Now, you know, every Pokemon game has its ups and downs, but I think Emerald is probably my favorite. Favorite Pokemon is Apom, because that is the cutest thing in the entire universe. S41NTX Grave wanted to know, what is my favorite DBZ movie? And honestly, I would kind of... History of Trunks. I was kind of thinking Fusion Reborn, but then I forgot that History of Trunks existed. History of Trunks all day, day. And he also said, I saw the Rush record in one of my videos. I want to say that was like the DBZ talks. That was about my perfect DBZ game, and I've had it in the background. I'm not necessarily a fan of Rush. I know like one of their songs. The records were mainly from my parents from when they were growing up, and they just kind of kept their vinyls, and we hung them up in that room. They're not mine at all. Like, this is my bedroom right here that I'm in, mainly my office portion of the room. I don't have any music-related memorabilia hanging around my room right now. I would like to get some of maybe some of the bands that I like, which aren't Rush or anything, but, you know. K. Sabans wanted to know, do I think the upcoming generations won't know what Dragon Ball is? Do I think that the newer shows will be a disturbance for the frame of Dragon Ball? Well, Dragon Ball is like 20 years old, honestly. People in my generation shouldn't know what Dragon Ball is. People in generations that are younger than me, perhaps you, they should not know what Dragon Ball is, naturally anyway. I mean, it's being such an old show. Were it not for DBZ Kai, then, you know, you guys wouldn't know what it is. And I'm saying you guys because I acknowledge the fact that a good 70% of my subscribers are probably younger than me. But anyway, what I'm getting at is that, you know, unless they keep remaking it and all that stuff, I really don't think that kids in the next 20 years are gonna know what it is too much. And unless we come up with amazing new animation technology, then kids are not going to have a reason to have it remade for them. And as for the thing about, do I think newer shows will be disturbance for the frame of Dragon Ball? Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some new stuff come out that will be the equivalent of Dragon Ball for the next generation, and that's fine. That's what happens. To quote the child from Mass Effect 3, or paraphrase him or whatever, it is a cycle. It must always go on, you know, all this shit. I'm sure that, you know, my parents watched some show that was kind of the equivalent to that. It was probably like a superhero show or whatever. And it just kind of happens. Mr. Killer of Things wanted to know, who am I subscribed to on YouTube? I'm subscribed to a lot of people, but I'll name some of the channels that I actually actively watch, like, all the time. I love Total Biscuit because he has the amazing British voice. He's like, hello everybody, my name is Total Biscuit and I'm here to answer one simple question. WTF is Storm's Soapbox? That's my random impression of him. Total Biscuit has an amazing voice. I love his stuff. You know, he's a pretty intelligent guy too, and I really appreciate intelligence and all that stuff on YouTube. I'm trying to think. I watch Film Riot. They're pretty cool and funny people who give nice filmmaking tips. I watch Toby Turner a lot. I watch his vlog and his gaming stuff. You know, you guys can say whatever you want to about his gaming channel and how he's not an actual gamer, but he's entertaining as hell. I really don't care. I'm trying to think of a couple other people. I watch Jack's Films a whole lot. He's pretty awesome. I love his shorts that he makes and all of that stuff. I'm sure there are so many other YouTubers that I'm forgetting right now, but those are about the first three that come to my mind anyway. I watch plenty, excuse me, of YouTubers though, so. Yo, Active Mango wanted to know what is my favorite movie, and I will narrow it down to 3 for sure. Boy Wonder, which is an indie movie, went completely under my radar, but I found it on Netflix one day. It is an amazing movie, oh my god. Love that movie to death. It is so cool. Look it up sometime if you get a chance. I love Kick-Ass as well. When I saw the previews for it, I thought it was going to be the stupidest thing ever. So I was like, oh, it's just another movie about teenagers who want to make a difference, want to be vigilantes and all that stuff. But that movie was actually really funny and pretty well made. I really enjoyed it. And I love Napoleon Dynamite. Haters are going to hate, but I don't know. I really like the different sense of humor in that movie. I don't know. If I had to pick, I would say Boy Wonder, though. It is an amazing movie. The Gruncher 1000 wanted to know, do I play any sports? Not really actively right now. When I was in middle school, I played basketball. I was pretty average at it, you know. I don't know if I'm good enough to make the team now in high school, but, you know, my thing about playing sports has always been I hate the competitive aspect of it a lot of the times, and I hate how everyone that I know, like all my friends that play sports in high schools, I hate how they complain about having to practice and do all this stuff. They hate everything about it, but yet they keep doing it. And I'm like, why? If you really like playing the game, then play it on your own time, you know? Get a basketball court, get a field to play football in, whatever. Which, I know that's way easier said than done, but you get the point. You know, I hate when people complain about shit and then they just keep doing it, you know? That's why I don't do it, because I don't feel like running 4 miles a day for practice in basketball when I could just play basketball at leisure. You know, I'm not trying to be in the NBA, so therefore I don't have to put in the effort of 4 miles a day for running and shit. So, you know, that's just kind of how I feel about it. I play basketball sometimes in my spare time, but really I don't play a whole lot of sports. There are way more things that I find plenty more fun than that. I do kind of run a little bit, because that's my biggest thing to keep in shape a little bit. Running and riding my bike, and when the weather permits, swimming. I just do stuff like that because it's simple. Sometimes I'll get a couple of my friends that are on cross country, we'll go to the park and we'll just, you know, jog for a mile or two. Just, you know, for random shits and giggles, stay in shape, like I said. L Dude Rocks wanted me to start doing a face cam on my DBZ videos, and honestly, I don't really feel like doing that because I might sometimes, but face cams, I think, can be really overdone to where they're not even entertaining, unless you have like some specific reaction you're supposed to be going to where people have to see your face. You know, my reaction, I like to go, being a commentator, I like to put a lot of my reaction into the voice, and I think it's more of a challenge to not have a face cam, because you have to let people know how you're feeling through your voice, not through your face, and I kind of like that challenge. And it really, I think if I had a face cam, I would depend on it too much, to where I wouldn't put as much, you know, emphasis in my commentaries. I'm really trying really hard right now to put emphasis on both my face and my commentary, but I feel like in a normal gameplay commentary where I'm trying to focus on face, commentary, and the game, I would lose sight of at least one of those 3. And I don't really like that too much. You know, I think, like I said, it's really tacky sometimes. But, you know, that's just me. PS Master 789 wanted to know, do I like MMORPGs? If yes, can I play Guild Wars 2? And honestly, I played Guild Wars 1, thought it was pretty nice. Might get Guild Wars 2 in the next month or so, but I'm not too big in MMOs. Like I said before, I played World of Warcraft for about a month and got tired of it as hell. Not too big on MMOs, to be completely honest. ZXVG Snipes XZ wanted to know, what do my parents think of my YouTube channel? Now, they don't necessarily watch my videos too much. I don't even know how much of what they know that I do. They know that I do YouTube and that I'm kind of a personality on YouTube. My mom knows that I have like 20,000 subscribers. Pretty sure she's told my dad, but they don't really think too much of it. They're glad that I am, you know, that I'm out doing a job and getting money from it that isn't physical labor and all that stuff. You know, they understand that there's a lot more work into making videos than you guys understand and all that stuff. Way more than they understand, but it's not physical labor, and they've always told me to, you know, get an education so that way I can have a desk job that isn't physical labor and all that stuff. So they're pretty happy that I'm able to do that at this age and make money for myself enough. You know, like I said, I'm not swimming in YouTube money, but I have enough money to put gas in my truck and, you know, have a little bit of spending money to go hang out with friends and buy video games and all that stuff. So, I can't complain. Vacation Master wanted to know, do I like Sonic the Hedgehog? Answered in this video, yes. Will I do a Let's Play of the series? The series? The fuck? That's like a million games. Hell no. Like, I'm doing good to finish one Let's Play, if I can do that, let alone an entire series, like, and plus there are so many Sonic games that I hate. Like, I like the earlier ones, kind of, but even though they're ridiculously hard, I could never do a Let's Play of those. I would never get past, like, the third level, or third zone, or whatever. Sonic Generations is pretty decent, but like I said earlier, what's the point in doing a Let's Play of a game that's kind of awkwardly timed like that? You do Let's Plays of games that you just, like, love to death, which I like Sonic Generations, but it's not, like, my favorite game of all time, or if it's new, or if it's old and nostalgic. None of those three, so, you know. Bernal Drago 0229 wanted to know, hey StormPow, do you have Beats by Dre? No, I have Air Force PX21s by Turtle Beach. Kind of Bored wanted to know, immortality or bitches? Definitely bitches. What is the point of living forever without bitches? I mean, honestly, let's just be honest here. Icy Kool-Aid wanted to know, what grade am I in and what classes do I take? I'm in the 11th grade of high school, which is my junior year. Classes I'm taking right now are Advanced U.S. History, and then right after that, it's Economy, which will turn into Government class when I come back after fall break in a few weeks. And then I have Pre-Calculus, which is a pain in the ass. Hate that class to death. I am not good at math. And yet, I'm in the advanced group of math kids, and I'm taking pre-cal, and I hate that class. I have a midterm in it tomorrow. God damn it! Other than that, I am taking a personal finance class because it's required to graduate. And then after that, I'll have to take strength and conditioning when I come back from fall break, and that's just running a mile every day. It's really not weightlifting like I thought it would be. That is also required to graduate since I haven't played any sports in high school. Kinda wish that I played basketball for 1 year just so I wouldn't have to take strength and conditioning. But alas, that's my punishment. Mr. Skitler Boy, he wanted to know, what are the requirements for a machinima partnership, and can I tell them? There are no requirements for a machinima partnership that are just like flat out stated, you know? They go for content, you have to have a decent viewer base and all that stuff, you know, for them to partner you and all that stuff. Don't ask me, they have representatives on Twitter and on YouTube that you can ask. Just like Shibby, I think, does it now, I don't know. Go to their Twitters and all that stuff. They have pages on their website for it, like, don't ask me, just because I'm a partner doesn't mean I know everything about it. You know, they have representatives and all that stuff, so that way you don't have to ask us. I am not a machinima rep, I am a partner. That's all I am. Routinic wanted to know who's my favorite anime character, and we are almost to the end of these, but my favorite anime character, I love Yuhei Tsunohara from Clannad. He seems like a really cool guy. I also really like, I don't know, I really might have to say that my favorite anime character is Hakase, the professor in Nichijou, or Nichijou, whatever the hell it is. I love that character. She's just so adorable, and it's so cute, and I love that show because it's hilarious. I don't know, that might be my favorite anime character. Oh my god, wait. No way. Josh and Rocks 101, I watched your battle of Zeno versus Alexander, and Kagi made a remark about you being Jewish. Are you Jewish? Kagi called me a Jew for no reason. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish, but Kagi just called me a Jew for no reason in that video. That's, like, you obviously have not watched South Park. Well, I guess you have, because, you know, Cartman calls Kyle a Jew, and Kyle is a Jew, but, you know, I'm not Jewish, but, yeah, that's his Kagi being Kagi. I am ZX21 wanted to know, how many times have I watched the DBZ series? Once. I watched the Boo Saga twice, but honestly, there's no reason to watch the entire series. It's like 200 episodes. I have a life, guys. I don't know if you haven't realized that. I've replayed enough of the game's story modes to where you could say I've watched it a million times, but, you know, I know my DBZ shit for the most part, just because of stuff like that. Last question for this episode. It's actually by the same guy. Am I excited for the 2013 DBZ movie? It looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. I know very little about the plot, but based on the trailers, it looks like this animation technology is amazing. And speaking of the last, like, 3 questions being related to DBZ, let's try to keep some of the questions not necessarily DBZ. I know that's what a lot of you guys know I can talk about, but I can talk about anything in the world. As you guys just saw, I talked about a lot of shit here. I can talk about anything in the world, and I know that's what you guys like to talk about, but surely you guys have some other interests. You know, I don't mind talking about what you guys want me to talk about. That's the whole point of a Q&A series and all that stuff. But let's just try to shake it up to where this isn't DBZ Talk mini version all over again. Even though It's kind of ironic that I called it mini version, even though this video is probably like 5 times as long as the average DBZ talks. I'm going off on a tangent, but as I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to leave some comments for this series, be sure to check, leave them on this video, not any of my other videos and all that stuff. Trying to think of anything else. Try to be original, all that shit. Make sure that I didn't already answer it in this video. If you're watching this part right now, then hopefully you've watched the whole video and you know what I haven't answered though. So that is it for this video. I would like to thank you all for watching. Hope you have a nice day and goodbye.